blown. It's going to make an impact at a much bigger level because there's a lot of players that whether they're getting the big money or they're getting a smaller amount, they're making good decisions with it, and it will be life-changing.
This is my final question to you is that if you were the commissioner of the NIL, of the NCAA, what kind of programs would you implement in that for all our athletes?
For
programs
all,
or rules that you would put in?
Well, as the commissioner, I would do what the U of A is doing with Beyond Football. What's happening with the staff here at the university and with the football program is they are making sure that individuals in the community that own businesses that are their expertise is taxes, financial literacy, wealth management, leadership, resume, life beyond football. They're making sure that this program is developed around the players, and I would make that a responsibility or required for every program,
like a class.
every
Absolutely,
athlete. And we're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to be involved in it. I'm not heading the whole thing. There's a lot of components that we've talked about that come into this. It's not just the investing. It's the taxes. It's if you get a car, you need insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
It's how much should you spend on bling versus saving?
Yeah.
And if you're going to give money to your family, is there a way? I've talked to some of the players. Give your brothers and sisters money through a Roth account.
Right.
Have them start investing. Teach your family, your friends. Help spread this. So I think putting those guardrails and providing honest and reliable advice to them that people they can really trust and fall back on. I'll kind of wrap it up with this, but I've told the guys my goal would be that one day, come 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that they're sitting talking to their kids, or maybe it's their grandkids, and they're saying, gosh, when I was at U of A playing football, there was this woman, and she told me this is what I should do, and I did it.
Yeah.
And now son or daughter or grandson, granddaughter, whoever it is, look at what, like she said, and I had to trust her because I put this money and I was never going to see it till I turned 60. But look what it did.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like my dream.
Yeah.
Is that, and maybe we'll all stay connected and I'll get the phone call someday that tells me it happened. But what I can tell you is these young men are remarkable, and they're making some really, really good decisions off the field. I'm going to leave all the football on the field stuff to you all. Whoever else is in charge of that. Not my expertise. I do tell all the guys, I say, I played quarterback, powder puff football in high school. And then it ends there. That is it.
Well, we like to thank Natalie.
Absolutely.
Natalie, thank you so much for coming in.
Tremendous information
And
there.
great information. This interview will be on the website,
Right.
so we'll have it on the
Yeah.
website, and we'll also send it to you, Natalie. And our thanks to Natalie Fernandez, president and partner of Meridian Wealth Management. Not only is she doing stuff for the university, she's doing stuff for our program too.
Right, exactly.
So for our
We are
pregame
so
show,
thankful,
so we're thankful
for
you.
everything you do for
Yes,
us.
Can I add one
absolutely.
more thing?
Yes.
For the folks in the community that are either on one side or the other when it comes to NIL and when it comes to paying the players, I would encourage everyone to be more educated as well and understand how it's helping. I mean, it's really easy to criticize and get all over when things aren't going our way, but I do think it's critical, and I would encourage everybody out there to get involved in some way. It doesn't have to be at the level I do or at the level other people do, but in some
A lot of a
but
little is a
getting-
lot.
It is. It's
Yes.
a lot, and I really love to share all the positive that I'm seeing because it's easy to talk about all the negative. There's some really great stuff happening with our guys.
That's
Well,
awesome.
thank you very much, Natalie. We thank you for joining us in the huddle with Al, and we We got to get a win today.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
And you all
got to
need
get
a fan.
it done.
You
Yes.
need a fan out here,
Yes.
like an outdoor area.
We've had it. We've had it hotter.
We had coats on last week.
Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you
Natalie.
very much.
That's In the Huddle with Howell. In the Huddle with Glenn Howell is brought to you by Kaiser Garage Door and Gates. Kaiser, with over 25 years serving Arizona. Our Window Depot coverage of Arizona football is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. Hour 1 of the pregame show is brought to you by Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Polson Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, the Window Depot, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Come out to Dave & Buster's, the best place outside of the stadium to see the games this football season. Monday and Thursday, get all-you-can-eat wings with game card for $19.99. Sunday, get in on the chance to win a big game watch party at Dave & Buster's in front of the big screen, plus other big prizes and weekly winners. Join them now through October 22nd, all day, every day. They'll be offering $5 22-ounce drafts only at Dave & Buster's. Make Dave & Buster's your place to watch the games.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Donna Autumn Nation.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. There's a rumor summer could finally come to an end. And with cooler temperatures on the way, it's a good time to stop by any of the 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. If it's time for any other seasonal maintenance, we've got you covered with the most award-winning service around. You'll see why Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is the locals' favorite for tires and automotive repair. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' Cay, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingCay.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Wildcat Nation, are you ready?
Touchdown, Arizona, Gunnar Maldonado. Noah straight back to throw. Got him in. Hot touchdown, Arizona. He's sacked by Jacob Manu. And it's picked off. Trayton Stukes. Nobody close to Tetaroa McMillan.
Let's go. Tear down, Cats. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A football continues. The Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day pregame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. We're getting closer to kickoff for today's Arizona football game. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Let's look at the Wildcats defensive scouting report for today's game.
Back to throw. He gets hit. He fumbles the ball. The Cats with the ball. They pick it up. They'll take over at midfield.
Today's defensive scouting report is brought to you by Rockin' K. Rockin' K, Tucson's premier master plan community. This is Arizona football on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sanders will take the snap, back to throw, with time, waits, fires over the middle, intercepted. Cats will pick it off down at the 11-yard line and take over the football. Great pick there by Jack Luttrell. Play fake, throws the pass, tipped up in the air, ball free, and intercepted. Jack Luttrell will pick it off for the Wildcats, and Arizona will take over. Second pick of the day, thrown by Sanders.
How about Jack Luttrell, the transfer from the University of Tennessee, getting a couple of interceptions in that game last week. Redshirt freshman, originally from Georgia. And, again, that was a guy that we saw a little bit of during the spring and really stood out to me in some of the practices in the spring game as a guy that could come in and be a hard hitter. And just, I mean, when you look at a kid like Jack Luttrell, Glenn, who hadn't really played much, but immediately his ball skills are on display. And we've seen, we talked a lot about guys, and sometimes guys in the defensive backfield that can't maybe necessarily make the pick or don't have that ability when the ball comes to them. He showed right off the bat that if the ball is in his neighborhood, he's capable of securing it for the Arizona Wildcats and handing that ball back to his offense.
Yeah, that's a guy that's taking advantage of his time on the field, man. He's just taking advantage of opportunities that he has, and when he sees that ball in the air, he's a ball hawk. He's coming after the ball, and that is important. That's what we're going to need today, guys. We're going to need today because on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to has to be some good tackling because they're going to try to run it down our throats, man. They run the ball. They're averaging about 200 yards a game on the ground, so they're going to try to run the ball right at us, and they're going to think that our guys are better than your guys, and we're going to have to really play some solid defense today.
Let's hear from Dwayne Aquina on young Jack Luttrell and his 2 interceptions.
The one that really has helped him with that was Genesis. Genesis is the one that has really had to, because he's a natural free safety that's got great ball skills. And I felt bad on that opener because I put him in a tough spot where he's trying to get Jack lined up, and they quick snapped it on him, and he was in the wrong place. But Jack did a nice job, stayed in, really did what he was supposed to do with a list of techniques that he had. And, was in the right space at the right time, which was beautiful.
Well, and it's interesting. Kelvin and I talked about this on Thursday, Glenn. That first play, the 3rd and 15 on the first drive when they got the long shot to LeJontay Wester on Genesis Smith there. And come to find out in the press conference that, Genesis, and if you go back and look at the tape, it's clear that Genesis was trying to get Jack lined up correctly at the snap, and so he was out of position in order to be able to make that play. And it just goes back to, again, you've got young guys coaching younger guys on the field right now. That's the state of where the defense is right now.
Yeah. A defense and a offense that talk to each other is always a better offense and defense. You have to have communication. There is no defense that I've ever seen that did not have good communication. They have to be able to assignment and alignment, and if that guy is telling you that you're in the wrong position, that's a guy that's been studying film because he knows where everybody is supposed to be at that's around him. That's where you're supposed to – that's the kind of guys you want. You want guys to understand. But, I remember when I first got into junior college, I learned it from the first day. I asked the guy that next to me that was playing offensive line, I said, what do I do on this play? He goes, I don't know what you do. I don't know because I didn't know because I wasn't studying because I was just one of those young kids. And then I was like, man, I need to know everybody's position. And then I started studying, and understanding what my guy next to me did. So if I get that question, I'm going to tell him, yeah, we're supposed to double team here and go up on the linebacker. And that was an eye-opener for me. So guys have to understand what is going on, not only your assignment and alignment, but know other people around you too.
Jack Latroll, let's hear from the head coach, Brent Brennan, on him stepping up.
That's a great example of picking up the flag, right? He hadn't played a lot, and we were talking about the special teams earlier. Jack started to get back. Jack started back into kind of got switched back on in the kicking game, which was awesome. So he's been playing the last few weeks in the kicking game. All of a sudden, he's lining up at free safety, and he makes some huge plays in that game. And so I was encouraged by that play. I think, tomorrow you can talk to Coach Aquina about some of that stuff, or whenever it is, Wednesday. But, I think he felt like we felt like as a defense that there were some good moments there with that secondary, considering the lack of experience that was on the field.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's we said we thought it was the strongest unit coming in, and we've kind of seen that from some of the guys that have had to come in, like a Jack Latroll, like an Owen Goss, who's obviously been elevated to the starting position, who's played, he said this week, I've played 3 defensive positions. I've played free safety. I've played boundary safety. He's played all over that. He's played star as well. Emmanuel Carnley has had to step in there for an injured Marquise Gross-Killebrew. Demetrius Freeney has had to step in for Takario Davis. Takario gave it a go last week, but just couldn't sustain it. And I think, again, have those guys played at a high level? I don't know if I would grade them out that way. Although, if you study PFP, Pro Football Focus, I mean, Jack Latroll's grade was one of the best defensive grades on the team last week for that ball game. Dwayne Aquina, though, was particularly impressed with the second half that his defense gave him in that game against Colorado.
Well, let's just go with the second half. Gave up 6 points. Quarterback was on rhythm in the first half. They were in the first 8 for 12. Okay? The second half, they were 1 for 7 on third downs. We had 3 takeaways, and that was a big, if you have an opportunity, you have to finish. But then there were also 3 turnovers where we had to walk back out there and gave up 3 points. Those are 3 wins. And in that second half, Stooks wasn't out there. Gunner wasn't out there. Chuba wasn't out there. Bobo wasn't out there. Killebrew wasn't out there. But yet, you gave up an offense that is one of the better offensive first-round draft choice at quarterback. And I thought they held their own. I'm proud of them.
Now, there's 2 ways you can look at this, Glenn, and I guess I'm the glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say.
I thought Colorado kind of took their foot off the gas offensively and was just playing football to win in the second half. They really weren't out there to try to take any chances, and they felt like their defense was in control of the game. So I didn't think like Colorado was really, trying to do a whole lot in that second half. That's more, after watching the tape, that was kind of the way I came away with it.
Okay. All right, that's good. But I like when
not to say that the defense didn't play well. I just thought Colorado took their foot off the gas offensively.
If you look at that, what Coach Aquina said, just think if the offense was just played a little bit better. Just the things that we just couldn't do. We couldn't protect the quarterback. things. We gave up 6 sacks before that game, and we gave up 7 sacks that game. It's just something that you have to, that's a good thing that we're seeing. These guys are getting real-time experience, and hopefully these guys can turn in a great defensive effort today so we can get a W today, because we're going to need a great defensive effort because they're going to try to grind the ball on us.
Well, and Dwayne Aquina saying, we mentioned Genesis Smith. Tay Brown is now going to have a bigger role with Manu out. If he can go, he was a little nicked up too, but these guys are really going to have to grow up fast on the defensive side.
Genesis now he was the little brother behind Stooks and Gunner, and now he's got to emerge. They went off to college. He's the big brother in the house now. And Tay is now taking more of a leadership role. Now he's helping the younger linebackers that are in there. So that's just part of it. That's life. That's football. Those things happen to you. His personality is much different than Manu's in terms of being that vocal leader. Now it's your time. You have to pull that out of him and help that and encourage him with that, because he knows all the answers. But Manu was kind of the alpha, And now it's his time. It's his time. And he's embraced that role.
And then when you look at the defensive side, there are injuries there as well, more so on the reserve side. Obviously, Kamu Kayahue has been elevated to a starter's role. He's been a little bit banged up. I came out of that game last week. They felt like he'll be able to go today, but he's questionable more on the positive side. But, what we asked last week, why we haven't seen some of these linebackers. Well, Leviticus Sue has been down with injury for about a month now, which has been pretty clear. We found out also Justin Flo hasn't been completely healthy as well. So that's one of the reasons why we maybe haven't seen a lot of these other linebackers until now. You lose a Jacob Manu, and you got to promote battlefield promotions.
Here's another thing that Dwayne Aquina, another little thing that he said that people may not picked up on it. We have different leadership attitudes, or just leadership, just the way they lead. We have different guys. We had a guy that was vocal, and then now you got a guy that's pretty quiet, that he's getting out of his box. So there's a lot of things that are happening to this team. The leaders, the different leaders that are on the field are different kind of personalities that are there on the field. So they have to adjust to that too. So it's not, believe me, you people will say, oh, they're just different people. But no, there's different, like with Ricky Hundley right here. There's a different attitude of a leader on the field and in the locker room with Ricky Hundley, who he just would get in your face, as opposed to another guy that was Randy Robbins, didn't really say much, that just led by just like examples, by doing guys that were just different personalities.
Well, and that's the thing with Tay Brown, and even Genesis Smith said it this week. I mean, they went to high school together up at Hamilton, and he said Tay never talked.
Yeah.
Now he's got to talk.
Yeah.
It's now you're the guy out there. You've got to take a more verbal role. Can Tay Brown make that step now to being the vocal leader in the middle that this defense needs?
Yeah, it's bad for the team, but it might be the best thing that ever happens to these kids. Learning how to be leaders a different way instead of just staying really quiet and then let somebody else. Now it could change their lives, man. I mean, it really can. And it's amazing of what they do, and it's like they have to be able to step out of their comfort zone.
Well, Dwayne Aquina still believes, though, that despite 3 in a row, there is buy-in, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
You got to respect Bobo. It was a game day decision. Did not take 1 rep last week at all. Tried to go, and even on that 4th down, he's a step away. He made that exact play at Utah, the dig, but it just gave out on him. But those are the things that I think you got to just really embrace and talk about, the toughness. You got guys trying to trot out there and do whatever they can.
So I would think Takario Davis is on maybe the downside of questionable today. We could see Demetrius Freeney get his first start today for the Arizona Wildcat. That is what is happening with your Arizona defense.
And that's a look at the Wildcats' defensive scouting report for today's game.
Back to throw. Here comes the rush again. He's sacked by Jacob Manu.
Today's defensive scouting report is brought to you by Rockin' K. Rockin' K, Tucson's premier master plan community. This is Arizona football on Wildcats Radio 1290. Let's take a look at the Right Way Rundown and see what's coming up on our pregame show, brought to you by Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Doing things the right way.
All right, DK with BB. The questions I posed to the head coach coming up straight ahead. We'll go in the captain's corner and hear from Quali Connolly, who is going through a very personal situation, which we'll highlight on this celebration of breast cancer awareness today here at Arizona Stadium. We'll have our pest of the game, who will be that Mountaineer that gets underneath the skin of the Wildcats in this contest today. And, of course, best bets straight ahead for your Arizona Wildcats, who come into this game as a 5.5-point favorite, and the over-under at 51.5. It's Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day along with Glenn Howe. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot coverage of Arizona football is getting you closer to kickoff. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. Hour 2 of the pregame show is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rockin' KA Master Plan Community designed by nature, University Termite and Pest Control, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style. And top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Cards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway and discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion. JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Hi, this is Peter Costa, former governor of the New York Stock Exchange and proud member of the Advisory Business Council with Meridian Wealth Management. One thing I've learned over 40 years on the floor is the value of a trusting relationship with your financial advisor. After all, everyone is a genius when the markets are going up, but when they drop, that's when the guidance of a professional is most important. For more information about Meridian, call 719-1433 or visit our
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care, a proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. You're listening to the flagship of Arizona Wildcats Athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A football continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day pregame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
We made that decision this year, right? So yeah, that's an ongoing process. I think whenever you're in a window like we're in right now where you've struggled, like you're evaluating every part of the program from top to bottom, right? Like how we eat, how we practice, how we sleep, how we travel, how we coach them, our endo, like everything. So that's an ongoing process, always is.
And when you just to clarify, when you just said that you did make an in-season change, you were referring to
Coach
accelerating
Coach
Matt
Atkins,
Atkins. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was what he was talking about when he said that, because again, 3 weeks ago, it was, this was a planned decision to make this change all along. But this week, it was more like, I made a change when I felt like I needed to make a change. So there you go, from the head coach. That's how this whole thing with the changing of the play calling duties went down as we thought that it did. All right, it is time for more DK with BB, sponsored by nobody. If you want to sponsor this segment, please give us a call, 520-887-1000. This is what I had this week for the head coach.
Coach, quarterback has been missing high, Noah, on some passes. Obviously, this guy, we're not seeing necessarily a lot of that. How does this team do it, and how happy are you with the way that the quarterback and the line are adjusting to protect themselves?
Well, we're always directing traffic up there. So whether you're seeing the points or not, that thing is being directed, absolutely. The biggest thing, I think, is just we have to do a better job of protecting Noah. I think that's the obvious. And so whether that's quick game, quarterback movement, all the things that you try and do to give your quarterback a chance to be able to throw it clean and have a clean pocket. The biggest thing is just making sure that he goes through his progression and delivers the ball where it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? And I think a couple times you saw some throws maybe get forced in T-Mac's direction, right? Which is a tough one because there's a high hit rate there. And then if there's going to be a situation where they have more than we can block, then he has to get the ball out of his hand, knowing kind of the structure of the defense.
I know in the spring you guys talked a lot about trying to keep some of the same verbiage that the offense had from the old regime. How much of the actual scheme, though, came over from the old regime? Was there a lot of the scheme that came over as well, or was it mostly your own scheme?
No, yeah, it was a combination of those two things. I think what you find is that most people are running versions of the same plays, right? And so for us to take the concept and just borrow the name was easy.
Jeremiah got a bunch of opportunities to return kicks in the game. I think he had 4. He averaged around 20 yards. How did you evaluate that? Is that about what you want from your return guy? To maybe, I don't know if there's a number that you guys shoot for in terms of that.
No, I think I do think that he's due to break one. I really do. I think you see him run through tackles. You see him be able to make people miss. We're all excited about Jeremiah Patterson. I think he's going to continue to improve as he plays football here. He's a junior college player, just got here in the summertime, but we're excited about him, and I think it's starting to show up in the kicking game, and you've also seen it show up positively on offense.
And just to follow on the special teams question, is there a mix in your philosophy of how many starters you like to have on your special teams units versus 2s or 3s?
I think that varies team by team that I've been a part of. I've had situations where I've had all starters on 2 of the 4. It just depends on how effective can we be covering kicks or returning kicks or blocking kicks with the people that are out there. So it just depends on kind of what that, kind of that toughness piece, that part of your football team that is kind of just getting started in their college football journey. And those special teams are so valuable for them because they get to feel the speed of the game, and all those things. They're either defending space or you're attacking space, and that's football. So I think those are also great learning situations for a lot of our younger players too.
All right, that is DK with BB, sponsored by nobody. My questions this week to the head coach, and again, that's to me, Glenn. One of the first things I asked him there was just about how the protection is set up, and you watch enough football. We're so used to seeing linemen pointing. Yeah. I got this guy, you got this guy, and we don't see a lot of that with this offense. So I'm wondering if they're doing it silently, how they're tipping each other off. It's definitely got to be better. And I'll go back to what I said Saturday night. I think the quarterback has got to be better in aligning the protections that he needs to make sure he's got clean pockets.
Well, I think that they have a different communication system. It may not be the same of the pointing. They may be calling, like for the mic, calling him Mickey. And then, the Sam calling him Sasha or some, some name that, that he's coming, or the corners calling Carol, or something. There's different ways to communicate. So I like the pointing, absolutely pointing, because that way you know exactly who you got. So, maybe a different little thing that Coach Oglesby has a little bit different philosophy, but we got to get that shored up and protect Noah.
All right, let's get a quick look at what is happening around the rest of college football on this Saturday.
Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. The College Football Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers.
All right, games in the Big 12. We got 3 games underway right now. BYU on the road leading Central Florida 7-0 in the first quarter. Oklahoma State and Baylor, that is 3-3 also first quarter. And one other game in the opening stages, TCU is leading Texas Tech by a score of 7-3. Top 25 games on the board. We've got some finals already today. Ohio State got all they wanted at home from Nebraska today, but the Buckeyes, number 4 in the country, win 21-17. It was Notre Dame, number 12, big over Navy, 51-14 on the road. It was the number 13 Indiana Hoosiers. Game day came to town. They celebrated Lee Corso, and they beat Jed Fish and the Washington Huskies 31-17. The Huskies are 4-4 overall and 2-3 in the Big 12.
How about that offense they have? Everybody's complaining about our offense was so much better.
How about that Jed Fish offense?
That offense was great.
Number 18, Ole Miss knocks off Oklahoma 26-14. Games ranked teams Thursday and Friday. Number 19, Pitt over Syracuse 41-13. This was a good game last night. 17th ranked Boise State goes on the road and beats UNLV by a score of 29.
UNLV's pretty good, man.
To 24. They were 6-1 coming into that game before they lost that game last night. All right, that is a check of your scoreboard.
The College Football Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers.
All right, we'll go in the corner, the captain's corner. Coming up next, it's Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day coming to you live from the U of A Mall ahead of Arizona and West Virginia. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
It's not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE Eagle.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rocking K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot. Best price, biggest inventory.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
My drains are clogged again. What should I do? Don't let those clogged drains scare you. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has a $79 drain and faucet diagnostic service special. We'll get you back in the flow. Call us at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066. Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
Our Window Depot coverage of U of A football continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day pregame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan. Gather up, Wildcats fans. It's time to hear from our captain. It's time for our pregame speech. Captain's Corner is brought to you by Jack Furrier Tire and Auto. And now, here is the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
And again, Fafita taking a look at the defense as they get ready to snap it. Lobos crowd the line. Fafita is going to hand off. There's a first down and more for the Wildcats inside the 40. There goes to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Arizona. You talk about an explosion for Conley. Quali Conley, 51 yards, just like that.
That was an incredible. There was a crease along the outside, and that's old school football that time. He had a fullback leading away for him. It was a kick-out block, and Conley goes untouched up the sideline. Big-time play for Arizona. Touchdown.
Conley out of Fresno, transfer from San Jose State, rushed for 842 yards last year and 9 touchdowns. And his first one as a Wildcat gives Arizona a 33-24 lead. Extra point upcoming.
There was a fullback actually in that play.
All right, before we hear from Quali Connolly, who is going to be obviously starting at running back today for the Arizona Wildcats, we've got a young lady who has joined us here. And young lady. Hi, and saying hello. Always like to hear from our students here in Arizona.
Good job, girls.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear now from Quali Connolly. Well, let's first actually hear from Brent Brennan, who talked this week about the fact that we are going to be honoring breast cancer awareness here on this Saturday, and how that has affected the family of Quali Connolly.
Cancer awareness game, supporting the Jenny Clements Cancer Center here, and I think it's a cool thing to recognize that. We have, I'm sure we have a few that have been affected by cancer on our team, but I know currently Quali Connolly's mother, Renisha, is in her second bout with breast cancer, and so this is something that we're talking about as a team that I think is really impactful. He's an incredible young man. He's a super hard worker. Everyone on the team likes him. His mom's amazing. She comes out every week and braids his hair before the game. It's just a cool ritual that they have, and so I get to see her every Saturday morning or at the hotel. After our meetings are done, or not Saturday, Friday night. Sorry, but they have a really cool relationship. They have a great family, and so they are leaning on each other when they're going through a really tough time. And as a coaching staff, with between all of us, but really Coach Carter and myself, we're checking in with them quite frequently because I know it's a challenging thing for anybody.
That was the head coach, Brent Brennan, talking about Quali Connolly, and we had a chance to hear from Quali this week, and he talked about this ritual. His mom comes in to all the games, and she braids his hair, as you heard the coach say, on Friday night to get him all set for game day, and he talked about how that tradition within his family began.
It started back at my first school, Utah Tech or Dixie State. She just come up to every home game and she'd come braid my hair because she's the only person that I know that could braid my hair, and I just very grateful that she my home games everywhere I went to come braid my hair.
Is that something that started only in college, or did she braid your hair?
She braid my hair in high school. Then I went to one other person, and they didn't get it right. So then from there on, my mom just kept braiding my hair.
Is there a specific style that you always do, or is it the same one, or you?
It's up to my mom because I don't want her to do like too much to my hair. 'Cause I know all the stuff. So I'll just the basic 4 braids that she could do.
Coach Brennan told us that your mom is going through breast cancer. I think he said for the second time. This is a breast cancer awareness month and it's a theme of the game. What can you tell us about her health and her situation?
She's going through chemo right now, radiation. So she's a little sick. So like she's just fighting through that, and she out here with me for a week. So I'm just taking care of her and all that type of stuff.
How would you describe your relationship with her?
I love my mom, and it's hard to see her struggle like this. But at the end of the day, I'm here for her and my brothers and sisters.
During this time with your mom, what does it mean to you to have coaches and teammates rally around you?
I'm just grateful. I feel like Coach Brennan allowing me to wear pink this game is like means so much to me to show like it's for my mom, and I'm just grateful.
So, Quali, last year at San Jose, you guys started off 1-5 and then kind of went on a run and turned around. What do you remember about that enabled you guys to turn that around, and how can you maybe use that experience here?
Last year, it was like in the same spot. We like the brotherhood at San Jose, like we knew like, oh, we can't just have a losing season. So I felt like every day during practice we just competed, and I felt like after the
And I think, did we lose Quali Connolly there? Are we still there, guys? You got us? I don't know if we went off or not. We may have dropped Monique. I'm not sure. Check 1, 2. I'm not hearing any return. I reconnected it, but I don't know. Oh, we're offline. We're offline. So whatever this was, we're offline. So it's one of these deals here. Oh, it's got cheese on it. I can't do cheese.